Hi yogis and welcome. I am Leslie Garrett and we are going to come to our mats today and do a nice, easy, gentle flexibility practice for the low back, the glutes, kind of aiming towards a sciatica pain that many of you feel. One of those people is one of my favorite humans on the planet, Sally. Hi, Sal. She suffers from sciatica pain quite a bit. So, Sally, this is for you. Everybody else, if you don't even have low back issues or never even heard of sciatica, this is still a practice for you. Just chill and stretch. So get into some comfy clothes and we will meet right back here. All right, let's come on to hands and knees. We're going to start in child's pose. So take the knees nice and wide, bring the feet to touch, pointing the toes, and then start to just move your hips back. Some of you maybe will only get this far. You could put a block or a bolster or rolled up blanket underneath your seat, or you can just hang here. And then some of you might be able to go all the way back, seat to heels. Let's crawl the hands forward. Keep the elbows lifted just for a moment. Gaze is down at the mat. As you're anchoring your hips back towards the feet, you're also reaching through all 10 fingertips towards the front of your mat. Forehead is either hovering or resting down on the mat. And as you close your eyes, let your arms relax, elbows come to the mat, fingers soften. And be mindful of your breath. What's it sound like? What's it feel like? And as you become more aware of all aspects of your breath, you'll notice that you begin to automatically just lengthen and deepen the breath. Continue to shape your breath to be big and wide, to be deep and expansive, to be calming. All right, we're going to do 3 cleansing breaths. So inhale through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, fill up. Sigh the exhale out, contracting the belly in the very last part of that exhale. One more time. Long, slow exhale. Belly's tight at the bottom. And then just breathing normally in and out through the nose. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. A really gentle rock side to side. Good. Lift your forehead off the mat. Your elbows come up too. And take that rock side to side, make it bigger. Maybe you pause to one side before moving to the other. And when you're ready, next time you slide to the left, go ahead and try to bring your nose to face that left knee directly, or the floor in front of that left knee. Left hand can be your support. Right arm is going to stretch long to the front left diagonal. And see if you can drop the torso even closer to the mat. Keep reaching through your right fingertips. And you're also anchoring your seat back. So in yoga, there's always a lot of things going on at once, right? Here we are grounding down, so energy going down into the earth. We're anchoring back. We're extending forward. All right, make the belly firm with a really light contraction. Walk your hands through center and come over to that right thigh. Gazes down in front of that right knee. Extend the left arm on the diagonal. Right hand is your support. Drop nose and chin and chest. Keep your deep breaths. Keep the length through the left arm. The back of the neck should also be nice and long. All right, tighten the belly just enough so you can walk the hands to center and sit back on your heels. Bring your knees together, bring your feet together. Sitting nice and tall here in Virasana, Hero's Pose. We're going to keep the spine to start nice and neutral. What does that even mean? Neutral spine is not too much of an arch in the low back and no curve in the upper back. So when you hear neutral spine, nice, tall, very small curve in the low back, press down through your shin bones, your knees, your toenails, and then hook your thumbs, spreading all 10 fingers nice and wide. It's a blue jay right over there, you guys. I wish you could see it. All right, you're pulling thumb on thumb, and then extend the arms up. Biceps will stay by your ears through both cat and cow. Good. Nice, tall, neutral spine. We'll start here with a big inhale. Exhaling to cat, chin to chest, biceps by ears, tailbone tucks under. Inhale to cow. Lift the fingertips up and back as you arch. Exhale into cat. Draw the belly button back, 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 back towards the spine. Inhale, cow, lift chest, lift gaze. And cat, nice long exhale. Tuck, 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 tailbone in the chin. One more of each. Inhaling to cow. And cat. Belly tight. Come back to a neutral spine. Good. Release the thumbs from their engagement of each other. Inhale. Twisting to your left. Drop the hands, drop the shoulders. Look back. Inhale to center, arms up. Exhale to the right. Drop hands, drop shoulders. Now, as we move through practice, if twisting feels like it really bothers your low back or it causes maybe a spasm in your sciatica, don't do it. Don't twist. Find another pose that feels good. And release. All right, come into all fours to start. We're coming into a forearm plank. Again, if this bothers your low back, do not do it. So you could come into child's pose and just take a break. You could modify your forearm plank. Good. By dropping the knees, walking them back. You want to have a lift in the back side of your body up towards the sky. You're pushing into elbows, wrists, knuckles, and the tops of your feet. If your back feels relatively healthy and it doesn't trigger any discomfort, you can tuck your toes, lift the knees up. Nice straight line from crown to heels. Good. Keep the arms really active. The breath is deep. If you're starting to shake and shimmy, embrace it. Give yourself a way to go. You are working it today. All right, keep pushing the elbows down. Squeeze the thigh muscles strong. Trying to warm things up pretty quickly. 4, 3, 2, Drop your knees, walk your hands back, extended child's pose. We're not going to stay. Good, we're going to come onto knees, roll up through the spine, all the way up in the knees. Arms reach up, hands to heart center. And back onto all fours, forearm plank modified. Or not. Your gaze should be down at the top center of your mat. Push the elbows down. Push the shoulders down away from the ears. Heels pushing back. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Walk the hands back. Extended child's pose. Roll up onto the knees, chin to chest. Inhale, hands overhead. Palms meet, hands to heart center. All right, have a seat on your mat. We'll do cross-legged. I can face you. Good, and remembering this really is your practice. If anything just does not seem right or it doesn't seem safe for you, don't do it. Yeah, arms up. Good, we're gonna grab opposite elbows. Release the shoulders down. Give a gentle pull back. Maybe you can lift the chin. Maybe you can create a little bigger arch in the low back. And just like we did before, come into cow, biceps by ears. You're leading with the elbows. Tuck the tailbone under. Good, gently rise up. Release your hands down. We're going to take half Florida fishes, so I'm going to turn profile. We'll start with the legs extended. Right foot crossed over. We're going to keep this variation. Nice, tall, neutral spine. Inhale the left arm up and twisting to the right as you exhale. You can hug the knee, sitting tall, looking back. You could hook the elbow. Also sitting tall and looking back. Where's your breath? It should be continuously big and open and calming. All right, release your twist. We'll switch sides. Left foot crosses over. Both sit bones ground as you lift up. Let's take that right arm high. Big breath in. Twisting to the left. Hug or huck. Check in with your shoulders. If you're anything like me, you hunch when you least expect it or know that you're doing it. So tune in to those parts of the body that you tend to hold stress in. All right, untwist, feet flat. Let's roll back onto our backs, make a nice curved spine. All the way back, one knee hugs in. Let's bring the other knee. Give them a big hug. Do a little rock side to side. And then come to still, hands on kneecaps, circle. So often we don't pay attention to all parts of our body when it comes to flexibility, strength, weakness, until we have an injury. You want to always be mindful that you're balancing flexibility in your body, you're balancing strength in your body. Good, give it a hug. Both feet on the mat. Before we move on, I want you to lift your low back, tuck the pelvis under, and then set the low back down. Perfect. Right ankle crosses over left knee. Draw the left thigh in. Good. Don't be super chill here where you're not even pulling on that left leg. I want an active stretch here. Pull it in. Not active like dynamic, just active in that your arms are really working the entire time. Both feet are flexed. If you can, push the right knee away as you continue to hug in that left knee. This can be a pretty powerful stretch if you let it. One more breath here. Stay with the exhale. And then release the left foot back to the mat. We're going to begin by tipping this figure four shape left to right. Good. Take it as far as you can to the left, not for very long. Tip it, look to the right, let the legs grow heavy. And then take the gaze back up to the sky, lift the legs, take them to the right in the same shape. Good. Shoulder blades on the mat, look to the left. If you want, you can kind of reconfigure the legs here, maybe crossing the legs at the thighs and the knees a little more. That will increase your stretch in the low back. But you don't have to. For heaven's sake, don't increase intensity if it's not feeling good. Take your gaze up to the sky. Lift the legs. Good. We're going to grab hold of this right. Bunny, you guys are missing all the wildlife that, of course, happens right behind my camera. All right, draw that left foot in, pushing the right knee away. You don't have to do it with your hand. You could just do it energetically. That's great. Or maybe the hand works better for you. We're in a supine pigeon pose. So imagine we flipped over 180. You would be in pigeon pose. So the more parallel this front shin bone is towards your chest or the floor plane, the bigger the stretch. So you don't have to get it there. If you need it out here, be my guest. And then the opposite is true. If you can go nice and deep and you practice this often, then feel free. Go deeper. Just make sure your shoulder blades stay on the floor, your low back stays on the floor. And the left leg can stay bent, or you can extend it out if you have nice, loose hip flexors. Good. And if you like a little rock in your stretch, I say go for it. Sometimes that little controlled rocking is just what the muscles need to release, to warm and to release. All right, come to center. You're going to grab this left foot with the right hand, half happy baby. Left leg can stay extended, which is harder, or you can bend the knee, bring the foot flat. Your call. I'm going to keep it extended. You can grab outside, inside the foot. You can big toe hold with your peace fingers. You could even bring the hand underneath that right knee. And you're pulling down and out. I don't like to face the camera in this posture because it's just not fair to you all to get a crotch shot in the middle of your lovely, relaxing practice. Good. Left low back, push it down. Last breath. All right, release the foot, both knees in. Let's do a little rock and roll, forward and back. Come all the way up. All right, here I am going to face you. So we were working with the right knee. Now that I'm facing you, you're still working with the right knee, and I am bending left so I can mirror you. Find space between your thighs. You want to keep this left knee bent and soft. As long as you know it's bent and soft, that's great. If you can't even see the bend, no worries. But you may want a big bend in the knee. So find a happy in that left knee. Take your right arm up. Find length, spine, arm, and leg. And then begin to make your way into a side stretch over that extended leg. Good. Left hand can be your support. You can rest it on the leg. You could rest it on a block. Imagine the block under my elbow. Or if you're flexible enough, you can bring that arm inside the knee and then push elbow to knee and knee to elbow. Reach long, not just through the right side, but the left side too. Anchoring both sit bones down into the earth. Maybe lift your gaze. Maybe pull that right arm back another inch. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, tighten the belly and lift up. Good. Let's come profile again, or I will profile to you. Feet flat on the floor. Round your way back onto your back, knees in. We're going to hit the other side. Hands on kneecaps. Let's do nice, small, quick circles. Switching directions. Nice massage here. You can certainly stay here as long as you need to. Some days feels like a place to be. All right, bring the knees in. Then drop both feet to the floor. Left ankle above right knee. Let's pull that left leg up and in. Good, feet flexed. Pull the right thigh in as you push the left knee away with elbow or without. Good, shoulders. Don't hunch them. Keep them relaxed. It's the arms that are doing the work here. Pulling that right leg in. Continue to press your low back down into the mat. Feeling a stretch on that left outer hip into the low back. Again, relax shoulders before we move on. Keep the shape of the legs, release the right foot down. And let's start to rock our legs in this figure four shape, side to side. And next time you tip the legs to the right, take this twist, dropping the legs as far down as you can. Look to the left. Relax the thighs just for a brief moment. Take your gaze to the sky. Tighten your belly. Maybe even use your arms to lift the legs and then tip them to the left. Look to the right. Maybe reach to the right. Same goes on this side. You want to relax your feet. And if you want a bigger cross in the legs, go for it. Let both legs grow heavy. Tighten the belly. Look up. Lift up. Good. Half happy baby. Grab that left foot. Right foot can stay flat or you can extend. Remember, you can even play with the grip of the left hand. And I love to rock my happy babies. Yep, did not expect the sun right in my eyes. It's all right. As a yogi, you learn to just kind of go with the flow. Shoulder blades, low back, push them down into the floor. Neck is long, spine is long. Let's move into our supine pigeon pose. So left foot draws towards the right hip. Foot in, knee out. Right leg can be extended or bent. Good. Remember, yours probably will look very different. And that's okay. I'm just working towards getting that shin bone as close to parallel as you can. Remember, you can go deeper if you choose. Just keep the low back completely on the floor. Shoulder blades too. Deep breath. Maybe rock your pigeon here. Both feet are flexed and active. All right, come to still. Release the low leg, both knees in. Rock and roll. If this bothers your low back, you can roll onto a side and then just push yourself up to seated. The rest of you just roll all the way up. We're going to face each other. And this time you are bending the left knee and extending the right. Find some space between inner thighs and find length in your spine. Sit bones, press them down. We'll take that left arm nice and high. Draw a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale through the nose, take that side stretch. Length in both sides. Find some support in that right arm. Again, it's going to look different for everybody. You just want to keep the chest open and not rounding down, because low back issues, including sciatica, seated folds and standing folds are not a good idea. You'll notice that we have mostly been on our back today. That's the safest place when you're having pain. Well, the safest thing, of course, is to talk to your doctor. That always comes first. And if the doctor gives you the go-ahead, then you just work with what you have. Contract your belly, rise up. Good. Both feet flat. Make your way to your back. And our final stretch, full happy baby. Remember, you can grab under the knees, the calves, ankles, feet. Shoulder blades melting into the mat. Even as you rock, if you don't like to rock, don't do it. I am a firm believer that this truly is your practice. You shouldn't have to look a certain way. You shouldn't have to follow if you're, first of all, in discomfort, definitely don't follow any teacher and any poses that are being taught if you're in pain. But also, I want to encourage that we don't feel like yoga is so rigid and so planned. Maybe 5 minutes into this practice, you felt like just doing your own thing. Please, 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 always do. There's so much freedom in that, in just going your own route, your own journey. All right, release the feet down. We're going to keep the feet flat for Shavasana. So walk them to the edges of your mat. Once again, lift your seat, tuck the pelvis under, and release your low back down. Your knees are going to fall together. So make sure they feel supported. You may have to wiggle the heels out a little bit more. And when your back body's nice and flat on the floor, you can unfold the arms to your sides, or you can bring both hands to your belly. Imagine that you are an inflatable pool toy, right? You just got filled up with air. There's pressure. There's volume. And suddenly your plug has been opened, and the air and the tightness and the pressure begin to leak out. And you can feel yourself deflating, as it were. You're growing heavier towards the mat. You're feeling your top body really become soft and open. And your back body heavy and anchored to the earth. So much so, maybe you start to feel the lines blurred between you and the earth. Let your breath just go. Keep your eyes closed and embrace. Surrender. If you feel like there's definitely more to your journey through Shavasana, then stay. Stay still, no movement, no sound, for as long as you like. If you're ready to come out, start to move toes, move fingers. Good. Stretch the arms overhead and toe heel the feet in towards one another. Draw the right knee into your chest. Use your hands to hug it in. And the left knee follows. Both knees hug. Bring forehead to kneecaps. And release your head back down to the floor. With your eyes closed, roll onto your right side. Gently push yourself up. You're coming into a comfortable seated position. Hands meet at heart center. And try to create some space between the palms so your fingertips are lightly touching one another and there's space between the hands. We're going to close with a brief breathing and meditation practice. Inhale, separate the hands, arms reach out wide, palms up. Exhale, bring all 10 fingertips together at the center of your chest. Inhale, open and receive. Exhale, gather and draw in all of the energy. Inhale, open. Exhale, gather. Pull it in, all that wonderful energy that's out in the universe. One more time. Open yourself up. Draw it in. Love, peace, patience, contentment. Bring the palms to touch one another. And I thank you for joining me in today's practice. May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste. And once again, this practice was for you, Sally. I hope it helped you. And for all the rest of you, I hope it was a relaxing practice. I thank you for being here, and until next time.